The quickest way to control any community or any group of people, any voting group of people, is to weaken the men. And we see it societal. We see it all over the place. You weaken the men systematically using the government, or you elevate the women above the men, make them feel that they're better than the men, provide certain government resources. You do things to the men's mental health. You weaponize the women against the men. This is not all men, this is not all women. And you see that system that exists in that community. Young men, guess what? You're not changing anything. Through all these years, all these men, now I'm like your crazy uncle that's been excommunicado from the village. Trust me, they don't want you guys talking to me because I bring great news of freedom across those walls. They did it to your fathers for a reason. Have you ever noticed they can't get along with any man? Good man, bad man, most of them, not all, some good ones out here. They can't get along with any man. So who do you think is going to replace that man? The government or you as a son husband? They don't understand male authority or being under the leadership of men, period. They don't want to be. They're going to make all kinds of excuses. They're going to use the government. They're going to use the education. They're going to use the income. They're going to use all these things when these statistics have been debunked over and over and over again. The truth of the matter is this: they like the power that comes from the state, the power that comes from the government. Look at my brother Ice Cube, the contract for America. They rejected that. What's it for them? You're on your own. The quicker you figured out that you're on your own, the quicker you will make effective decisions, efficient decisions. Find your father. Have a conversation with him. You may discover that maybe he's been alienated. Maybe he's not such a bad guy. Maybe he's not such a bad guy. Maybe the system and the state has been used against him. Fortunately, I haven't had that situation in terms of my kids, in terms of me being alienated from them. Maybe a little custody battle here and there, but that's about it. But the truth of the matter is, have a conversation with him. There's systems in place in this country. Trust me, I used to work in law enforcement that are used against men. I've seen men get arrested for things that, that are highly questionable, or guys get set up. Anybody can get a restraining order, making any kind of false allegations. Any woman can get a restraining order. Trust me, things can be done, and there's a system in place to protect women. I know that system. I used to be a part of that system. That's why I can talk about that system. Bring all your stats you want. Your stats is nothing compared to my 22 years of experience in the trenches. Good luck. I know the system better than you think you do. And the system is stacked against men. The court system especially. So make your own decisions about what you want your father, the type of man he is. Because when relationships end, character assassination, it begins even before the relationship ends. When character assassination begins, alienation begins. The power of the state, the power of the system is utilized, and they know how to use it because the system designed it that way, systematically. You live in a matriarchal culture, period. That's what you live in. Accept it. A dysfunctional matriarchy in that community. And it's spreading globally because many women, even overseas, are catching the virus. I'll be honest with you. So you almost have to use that discretion nowadays, especially with men. The virus is spread. Trust me, I've traveled. I see the virus spread. But particularly in that community, you got to understand, when you're talking to certain men, you may be hard-pressed to find that you're talking to a dude who's basically gotten his balls clipped, put in a jar, put in a cabinet, hidden behind the peas and rice. And she only lets him have it out to go to work. He has to turn it back in when he comes home. So you're talking about a guy that's already been emasculated, deballed. He follows along behind her like a drone. She has him like a pet, like her pet. You know, you're going to listen to that guy. You think you want to live that type of life? You got to get out of there. 18 years old, find a school, find a military school, find something, find a trade, make an excuse. A Peaceful Life tell you to get away from that. And please, young men, global travel is probably one of the best things ever in terms of seeing other cultures that have masculinity still in place, that have patriarchy still in place. Travel and see the world. Not just traveling somewhere and making stupid ass videos about getting boxed from 304s in some foreign country. That I see another 304 video, I'm just gonna vomit. It's more about it's about your overall self-development as a man. Please, another 304 video for some thirsty ass dudes sitting around with their meat in their hand. Get a freaking life. Jesus. Anyhow, I'm not going to go on that tangent this morning. But that's what guys want to do with their life. Go ahead. Life is so much more richer than dealing with box and women and pre-owned box and how many hoes and what kind of hoes you can get. It sickens my stomach. That's why I don't put any women in the videos. I don't have women. I don't date with women. But why the hell would I put women in the videos for? What? That's about the lowest frequency thing for me. This is my perspective. When we're dealing with manhood, masculinity, and our own individual self-development, that has to be developed separate from all that other stuff. We could talk about the women later. I'm making enough videos about that. It's about you and your development. Marketable skills. You have to find something that makes money. Certification, trades, education, STEM fields. You have to find a source of revenue to make money. Invest. You have to get money. It's at least for you young men before you're 30. Try. I know it's some of you 30 guys get your first 100,000 and working for you while you're asleep in the markets. Good. Index funds are pretty cheap at some of these brokerage houses now. S&P 500 funds. Speak with a financial advisor, but get that first 100,000 working for you while you sleep. You have to do that. Don't be out here peacocking for some chicken heads. Who like you gonna like you? When you were young, you can either find yourself one of them old Warrior cars. The Honda 2.4 is good. Honda Accord 4-cylinder, not 6. You don't need that 6. Some of the Toyota products are excellent. Some years had some bad products, a little bit issues. You find out what the issues with the cars are and you fix them. Buy yourself a good, take it to a mechanic, have it checked out. Find yourself a guy that can find a car that you can just take parts out and remove it. I have cars that, I have Toyota products, so they run excellent. Who are you trying to impress? Nobody gonna give a damn about you if you don't got no money. And plus, you need to set yourself up for residual income because you might be traveling around the world, living in different places that are more respectful of masculinity and manhood. This is a male-hating society. They may not say it, but look at all the movies and look at the system, look at the government, and look at how they respond and treat men with shame and disrespect because men are refusing nowadays to be a cog in the wheel of their machine. So they only care about the machine. You are a spare part for the machine. And if you're not doing your part, we're going to shame you and disrespect you into getting back into the machine, not caring about your feelings or your manhood or your masculinity or how you're treated or respected in this society. They don't care. So you have to be your own best self advocate for you. Not caring. You've got to get to the point where you get unapologetically masculine, where you just like, whatever. That's your plan for my life and what is in it for me. And the answer is absolutely nothing. So you have to take control of your own life, your own health, your own fitness, your own financial future, your own money. You're sitting in the basement playing video games with your meat in your hand. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But nobody gives a rat's ass about you. So why not try to get out there and become something and make the best of your life? America and your neighborhood or your community is not the world. The world is your playground. Opportunities are vast, especially if you can make some money. You got marketable skills, you can travel, you can do things. You're not limited to your neighborhood or your community or your neighborhood. You're not. You notice in this conversation, everything I talk about is you, not about what benefits everybody else. It's about what benefits you and what you need to be doing for yourself as a man that benefits you. Having the resources, having the residual income gives you freedom so you can travel the globe and explore and enjoy your life. The world is big. And guess what? It will give you a new perspective on life. We're sitting around in these environments, you're going to become like Norbit. Norbit, or that uncle down the block who's had his balls clipped for so many years and he's just a shadow of himself, just getting bossed around by the queen. That's your future. That's your reality. Or you listen to these guys, well, I get the solution to this. Man, they've been talking about this shit forever. The solution is looking at you right in the mirror. The first thing you got to do is come to the edge of the penal colony. A peaceful life is cut a hole for you. Crawl through the hole, and you take haul ass running to the north, somewhere. Because listen to these fools talk in this circular conversation. It's a waste of time. You got to take control. You got to take the bull by its horn and do things for your life. Get away from these dudes that have been already had they've been clipped. I know they would like to chase me down and put me on strap me down the gurney and cut my nuts off too. So they just can't. They can't catch me. I'm too fast. I'm always running. Yeah, they would like to do that, but they can't. They want me, guys like me, to shut the F up because we focus on the reality. It's a dysfunctional matriarchy. And the country is a gynocentric environment. Even the church has been compromised. It's the truth. They don't like it. They don't. And that's not going to change anytime soon because the financial incentive is there. The financial incentive is there. Once the financial incentive is moved, maybe. But you'll waste your life waiting around for that. Take the bull by its horn. You have to make proactive decisions for your own life as a man, your own self-preservation, your own peace, your own happiness. Nobody else is going to save you. You're on your own. And that's it. They really don't care. They just don't care about you. So why don't you care about yourself is the question I'm going to ask you. And you know, sitting around expecting them to care about you, you're lost your damn mind. So get up, do some things, get motivated. I'm about to hit the gym, get a workout on. Find skills, marketable skills, something that can make you money. There's a whole bunch of them. The guys who are making money have skills, trades, tech, skills, whatever else, because you're going to need that. And get that money working for you while you sleep, because you're going to need that residual income. Whatever dividend funds you invest in, whatever stock market funds you want, you need that money. Debt, stay out of debt. Easier. The man who doesn't owe anybody any money will never be broke. Period. So, anyhow, peace and love to you, brothers. I'll talk soon. I got to get out here and get this workout on. Again, nobody takes care of you like you. I'm out.